clean here. The Tubflu outpost. The Lotus tribe carved this out forever ago. Says they've been waiting for you. They're ready to bring death and destruction to the outpost. They scouted the outpost last night. It seems like a challenge you'll be able to overcome. There is a high boom team ready to help with taking over that outpost, but it seems their arc shooter is busted. Seems happy to hear the arc shooter will be dropping high booms down on the outpost quick-like. Let's see. This beats a slow boat any day. Aren't crossways fun? Just filled with possibilities. That's a pling-plong booth from the bygone. Back when you needed to cable words via buzzwire instead of airwaving them. Make sure you don't walk off a cliff while you're night blind. Easy does it. Swing like you mean it. Stuffed. What can stop you? Get up there and get fixing. Just a few moves left. Make them count. The light you see at night is brighter than you think. Rack 'em and crack 'em. Got one. Swing, parry, dodge. Spin that stick. Fan 'em back. Just a few moves left. Make them count. All fixed up. The arc shooters are already gearing up the high booms. Hope their aimers are fixed too. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. Thinks you did a great job capturing the rival's third outpost and believes the rival is weak enough to engage them at their fort. Hope you make that end as messy as you can. The world is getting colorful again. Understands you have other places you need to go. Had enough of that? This is the tribe's last stand. Conquer this fort and that'll be the last of the resistance. The tribe will be under your command. He says you'd better be. They've positioned a storm tower near the fort that you'll use to get over the wall. However, you need to prop up its wheelhouse first to stabilize the situation. They've built the storm tower to protect and get you over the walls of the fortification while keeping an element of surprise. Choke up that grip. Stories keep moving whether you drive them or not. Bang Shelter 8K. Gotta give it to Toxanol. They built these to last. Always sad to see a ruined shopperia like that. Day's wasting. Get to work while you can. You don't have the key energy for that. Blasting everything to bits. Half-lifed. Head on. What a wild ride. You need to hit them where it hurts. Inflict as much suffering as possible. You're the hammer on their nail. That's a fire starter. It's time to create your own path. The dry grass looks like it would ignite easily. You just need to create a spark to light a fire. burns brighter than the light. Great shot. Swish crack! What a great sound. On the home stretch. Down. The battering bonker looks like a great way to get through the gate. Bet you just need to knock and it'll open up. That's bonkers. Life is a difficult game. No matter how the Lotus tribe is seeking to build a perfect order, regardless of how many are hurt in the process. They want to subdue the tribes, as control is the only way they can guarantee peace. He didn't expect it would go down this way. It'll be hard to talk your way out of a fight. He knows what he needs to do, and knowing what must be done eliminates fear. The rival Sifu is defeated, and the destiny of their tribe is in your hands. You are free to choose their fate, but not free from the consequences of your choice. He'll leave it up to you to decide the fate of the rival Sifu, but you either stay true to the cause or not loyal at all. It's black and white. Ending him will make him forget the hard fate that has been put upon him. This punishment is justice for the unjust. And with that, you're spinning your own fate, good or bad, never to be undone. One by one they'll fall, until everything is brought into subjection. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. Your Sifu is pleased. Your help sealed victory and the destiny of the rival tribe. But he's still eager to seal the fate of the world. It's just a matter of time before the tree will fall. It's easier to wage war than to make peace, but it's harder to win a war. But if you're committed, you'll do whatever it takes. You've grown so much stronger than when you first met. And now, the tribe relies on your strength to take on the remaining rivals. Your growth is the result of you working together, and staying with them all the way to the end will make you thrive when the new world begins. It's the Lotus Shuriken. Nothing like a story with an unexpected ending. Everything feels better. Time to ride. Listen to that jet roar. Time to disembark. There are tough times ahead, no matter where you go. Bullets everywhere. Watch it. Don't let the day pass you by. Toxanol hid their waste in the gutways, but it seeped all around us. Heroes make for the best stories. It's up to you if you want to be one. Keep your eyes as wide as you can. Check out that ping dish. Good as a landmark, if nothing else. It's an undersurfer, all alone without anyone in it. Yet. That's it. Work your way up. The best way to glide the goo. Does it look what-worthy to you? Gulp says he's heard a juicy rumour that you found an ark. He wonders what kind of drinks that might inspire. Figures that's inspiration enough for a whole raft of drinks. Just imagine having an ark when the tree of life runs dry, to be able to jet off to some other juicy land. Claims he's ready to toast your attempt to put an end to all this. What better way to go? Wants to know if you might want a master blender along on your ark trip.
So what we have here is someone looking for a way out if everything fails. There's a seat open on the ark, but why would you want this company?
I'm so glad you chose that. We're born alone, we live alone, so let's not meet the end on our own.
We are better off on our own alone. everyone else are just means to an end.
Being alone is not the same thing as being lonely. And now we don't have to be lonely. It'll all work out in the end.
The end must justify the means. So let's hope the Ark is strong enough to carry us all into the future.
Cannot believe you chose him to go along. Says he's going to come up with a glorious new drink for your trip. It's hard to understand the guzzle, but it's something about flip-flop the flip-flops and not getting sauced. Says goodbye to you. Beats floating on a wheel tube. Ready to ride. This mount has quite a bounce to it. It's a glorious shiny day out here. The village of Shobby ain't too shabby. The trees here drip with vines. It's all about destiny. Yours, mine, the entire world's. That cranks like these usually need to be wound to operate. Just a few moves left. Make them count. What you see is what you get. Once it's out of the blind box, that is. Let's hope the beast keeps listening to you. That's the Neverwake field. Came up empty. Poke 'em. No such luck. Took care. This story needs a hero. There's the job. Maya looks intrigued. It's the first time someone's been able to bind a job to a poppet, and she has no doubt the Snuggie did the trick. Maya says she's managed to pile up quite a collection of poppets over the years. She once made a special Barbo poppet for her friend Lump. He said it was the only one he'd ever met that loved cookies as much as him. Maya says she's convinced there's a poppet waiting for you, too. Thinks everyone important has a poppet waiting to bond with them. Maya says she was told you found that legendary ark, and she cannot wait to see it. Think about doing a poppet show in there. Figures it would be. How could it not? Thinks that with the world about to end, you should use the ark to find someplace else where poppets are properly appreciated. Says you earned the ark, or you probably would have taken it anyhow, right? Wants to know how someone auditions for one of the seats on the ark.
So what we have here is someone looking...
I'm so glad you chose that. We're born alone, we live alone, so let's not meet the end on our own.
We are better off on our own alone. Everyone else are just means to an end.
Being alone is not the same thing as being lonely. And now we don't have to be lonely. It'll all work out in the end.
The end must justify the means. So let's hope the ark is strong enough to carry us all into the future.
Feels so excited about joining you on the ark. She'll pack up her poppets and needles and strings and see you there. Maya says put a pin in it. She's not going anywhere soon. Understands you have other places you need to go. Don't hug your mount. It's not your friend. going to be night any moment now. Feel the night wrap around you. At various stages of life, we all become memories for others, and just seeing someone acts as a catalyst for the past to seep in again. Memory distortions are troubling. Illusions your mind creates to avoid the memories of being bullied as a kidling. However, there's no doubt that what you remember makes your future different. So, you remembered the automaton's power-up feature. That's a boost. Everything seems to take longer at night. Figures others like says you'll meet again. Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows about, but says good on you. Has plenty to do, so no worries. Says you'd think with the world dying, everyone would stop trying to figure out ways to blow it up. Not so with Boom. He just keeps figuring out new splody things. The noise is awful, but the bust craters are even worse. Tells you. Says Boom. The old lady. He blasted right past her now, though. Hopes you get Boom to Back before the world was ending, they say they had hopes. Harder to come by now. Maybe a working ray lighter would brighten things up a bit. Depends on how you use it, though. Says it's a ray that lights. It's right there in the name. Figures the ray lighter is too dangerous to leave lying around. You should grab it before someone else does. Otherwise, they might wind up on the ray lighter's wrong end. Says they'd love to see that happen. Says you're always a ray of light. Says goodbye to you. Likes chatting with you. Splosions on. Seems surprised you have to go. Won't be long till that monster chews through a root of the Tree of Life. Says you should take care. You hit a crossway. Decisions, decisions. Boom! A day in the forest is as pleasant as you could wish. Feel that brisk breeze? Let's see. Got word you found the greatest glider of all, an Ark, and it's all good to go. Can't imagine how that would feel, to zoom so fast. Lucky that you found an Ark when you need it most. This world doesn't have long at all. You almost broke yourself trying to break this world, all arcing aside. Wonders if there are any open seats left in that fancy Ark glider of yours.
So what we have here is someone looking...
I'm so glad you chose that. We're born alone, we live alone, so let's not meet the end on our own.
We are better off on our own alone. Everyone else are just means to an end.
Being alone is not the same thing as being lonely. And now we don't have to be lonely. It'll all work out in the end.
The end must justify the means. So let's hope the Ark is strong enough to carry us all into the future.
Wishes he could go sky gliding with you, but he's got a rule against going with a driver he doesn't trust. Goop knows he's repeating himself, but can't help talking to you. So, says you covered the important things already. There's a lot on the line here. Seems like there's a whole world of adventure out there. A shopperia. Maybe there's something still inside. That's a Jagni tribe outpost. It's the Chug Yard. The veggie hunting here must be amazing. The board mainly has posts from those that used to work at the Chug Yard back in the days gone. They don't make much sense these days. Not much more to say about the board, but Gizmo is holed up in the underyard here working on that Mekton of his. The Toxanol Corporation used to run chugger-chuggers out of here, big machines on rails with smokestacks that fouled the air. They can carry you anywhere you like. Well, anywhere that they go to, and then you can leg it from there. You're on the right track. Keep your eyes open. Tribes always scavenging for scrap, and the yard has plenty to go around. But they should have stuck to looting instead of playing around with sprockets. Bomber Bonkers busy ram-banging the door. This is your chance. Swing, crack. You're in pain. Swing it like an axe. Drop that one like a stone. The day is wasting. Time to get to it. Let's see. Yes, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames. It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past. The spent nuclear fuel that Toxanol dumped in the surf had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. Combined, this sent their world hurtling on an inevitable road to ruin. I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a feeling he believes it was you that caused the bang at the yard. Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to call him Gizmo. He gave you the oil-greased hands when he taught you how to upcycle. Gizmo remembers you as a nice kidling, and he can still sense the warmth of your good heart. But Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the story, but sometimes the truth it brings is personal. He hopes you remember that one time he taught you to upcycle, and hopes you've had some use for it over the years. He understands history made Lupa Lupin a big part of your past, your present, and soon, your future. You still believe there's some good in everyone. You still have hope for tomorrow. He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way, but history shouldn't consume you. Gizmo understands you still have strong feelings, but urges you to keep them under control. You've witnessed firsthand what it'll lead to.
Oh, the light just... it hurts your eyes, am I right?
You can still see how ugly the dark can be.
We're not hiding in the dark. We revel in it.
Well, you should be hiding. From mirrors, mostly.
Now that's just mean. You're not wrong, just mean.
Sad to see the Tree of Life is going to die and take everything with it, but it's not like he didn't expect it. Understands why you're bent on finishing the world off. Supposes it's a mercy to make it faster. Wonders if you liked working with the Jagni. They always hunker down in their homes, gathering their things around them. But that's not important now. Gizmo says it's taken a long time to bring the past up to the present, and where you go from here is up to you. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the underyard as he has no protection against the vacuum in the dead zone, so you need to salvage scrap to upcycle the Mekton, starting with the old crate outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the Mekton strong enough to fight the Jumbo Puff. There are more crates from before the apocalypse left out in the wild. Easy to find if you keep an eye out. You should be able to gather enough scrap to upgrade the Mekton from them. There's short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes, half lives. Even the sound seems sharper here. That's the leftover you're looking for. Tippy tapper. A balancing act. Guess you still want more than that. Your head is still spinning. He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun and a gathering net, but no armor, nor enough oxygen supply. He made a suction device so the Mekton can use the black tar as an instant refuel. You can also use it to clear oily goo puddles, so you can pass and access hard-to-get-to areas. He's been working on another project for the Mekton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the scripts. He says if they're trained right, they'll turn into a distraction for the jumbo puff. The best way to find scripts is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive after the apocalypse. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the dead zone than Moog's camp on the steep depot. Once you find Moog, he'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find scripts. Gizmo thinks he's a little peculiar, but very knowledgeable. He has the ins and outs of all monster and creature whereabouts. Let's see. Nothing you can do to stop the night. Let's see. That over there is Steepo Depot, the cliffside that Moog hangs on to. Just be glad there's a rope.
In more. Diava.
Let's see.
Ja.
This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be dead by now. Not...
Ja.
Says a monster hunter hears many things on the wind. Moog says that all your power doesn't do you a bit of good if you're not willing to pull the trigger when the time comes. Out there with the monsters, it's kill or be killed. Which will it be for you? You might have a steady aim, but you need to be sure that you pick your targets with care. It's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you know they'll miss. When it comes to monsters, he mostly picks who dies. Worries that when the world dies, there won't be any monsters left. What will he shoot then? Gets why you're thinning the herd so hard, but he wishes you'd leave some monsters for everybody else. Approves of you working with the Jagni. They have the hunting spirits of a flock of hawks.
Tarinman.
Enjoys it when he gets the chance, though they're not much good against monsters.
Some.
But enough of that, right?
Some.
He says the wildlife, nature, has changed and turned against us. Instincts of survival took over when the world changed. He's not sure about their veggie diet anymore, and if it's changed, who knows what it's done with the chemical composition of their body output. Right now, though, he feels he's come to a point where he's got a pretty clear idea on the whereabouts of monsters, both tall... Thinks that it all hangs on the tree of life. When it started to fail, everything changed. Moog says you must learn to walk before you can run. It takes practice before you can call yourself a monster hunter. Fortunately for you, he can help. He understands you need to start off with something small before you go big. There's no better place to start than a squip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little critters for yourself should keep you on your toes. Says you stick to the hunting and shots present themselves later. Everything looks stunted round here. Wait, it's the Scrip hole-up. Place is just filled with critters. Hot net. You're feeling mighty though. Down to half your health. Bullseye. Once the volatilization from the nuclear waste evaporated, a volatile gas rose through the soil and infested structures, even Toxanol's own buildings. So, in a way, they caused their own death. The top of the world is so low down here. Oh, idea. Go knock the lid off that sludge truck. It'll fill the place up and you can get up to that entrance there. You need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Bristles like the hair of one electrified. You need to line up the switches so they match. Bristles like the hair of one electrified. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. What a critter. A piece of work cut out for you. At least you're not coming out of this empty-handed. Make sure you know how to get back. No windows to look out at the sky from down here. You're maybe not sure you want to leave. The struggle is real. Let's see. This box once tailed a chugger-chugger. Now it's just off track. He says that's enough scrips to sustain the Mekton's claw crane cannon with infinite ammunition. Well done. It's not his cleanest invention so far, but it gets the job done. Use it to suck up gooey oil puddles in the Mekton's way so you can pass. Gizmo's made vehicles before to confront the Jumbo Puff himself, but failed. But this time, it's different. The Mekton will be strong enough to do the job. It's time to put a stop to the World Eater now. Otherwise, he fears the damage it's caused to the tree already will be too much to handle. There's time to improve the Mekton before you confront the Puff. There are more wreck boxes out in the dead zone with gear you should be able to equip the Mekton with on your own. He's sure you remember enough of what he taught you about upcycling to fit some skronky gear to the Mekton on your own. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Says talking to you was interesting.